Well, happy Tuesday to everybody. I hope you had a good weekend and a good start to the week. Yesterday was Monday, and I found myself in my garage for a good part of the morning. And we were cleaning it out and we were trying to get it reorganized. We had a bunch of stuff in there from empty boxes from things we had purchased a while back and just a lot of clutter. It's amazing to me how a fairly clean place can get so cluttered so quickly, and that you don't even notice it. We had cleaned out this garage about a year ago, and we had room in there. We were moving around as well, but things come up, and you acquire things, and you move things around, and they don't quite get put back into the places where they need to be. So we were just like, okay, we have to take care of this. So we got out there and we started working on this. We pulled everything out of the garage, well, up to a certain point, and there was a lot of dirt and a lot of dust that comes under the door as well. And we found those little moths, the Miller moths, that some were alive and some were just laying on top of stuff. So we got everything out and we started just cleaning up the garage a little bit, sweeping the floor out from just accumulation of dirt and things like this as well. And we had a window that I had to clean up a little bit too. We don't use it; it's in the garage, but it was kind of bad. It was a lot of moths, right? A lot of moths and a lot of dust in there. But the things that we pulled out, we had to sort into different piles. We had to sort into: do we keep it? Do we throw it away? Do we attempt to recycle it? Or do we attempt to give it to somebody else? Because some of the things we had were in actually pretty decent shape. We felt really bad just throwing that away. So we got all the piles made up and we did some talking about that, got everything cleaned out, got a lot of the things moved back in, and it was amazing how much room we have. In the last 2 years, we've done this a few different times from since moving in, and right now we have the most room we have in the garage. We still can't park a car in there, but that's not really the intent. What I was really wanting to talk about though is we had a lot of stuff out there, stuff that we were accumulating, and stuff that we were just hanging on to. I'm not even sure why. And it just made me think about all the stuff that we accumulate in our own lives, and we don't even know why. It just clutters our heart, it clutters our mind, it clutters our spiritual lives, but we hang on to it, and we really don't know why. There's a couple of scriptures here that I want to just reference here about stuff. And it's talking to one of these is about the rich man, and I'm just going to read this a little bit. And this comes to us from, sorry, I made the screen the wrong way. From Luke 12:16 through 21. And he told them this parable: the ground of a certain rich man yielded an abundant harvest. He thought to himself, what shall I do? I have no place to store my crops. Then he said, this is what I'll do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones, and there I will store my surplus grain. And I'll say to myself, you have plenty of grain laid up for years. Take life easy. Eat, drink, and be merry. Because God said to him, you fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves but is not rich toward God. And then in Matthew 6:29 it says, 19 through 20 says, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where moths and vermin do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. See, we had a bunch of stuff, right? We were just hanging on to. And there were moths, definitely. We didn't see many vermin in there, but lots of moths. But we got rid of them and we cleaned it all out. But again, this reminds me of our lives. How much baggage are you dragging along your life with you, right? How much stuff are you carrying on your shoulders that you could probably easily just get rid of? The things that don't really matter in the whole scheme of things, right? We have certain things that we need to carry with us in our lives. We need to carry family, and we need to carry friends, and we need to carry relationships, and we have to have God and Christ and the Spirit with us as we take this journey. But a lot of the worry we have, a lot of the anxiety we have. We don't really need that baggage in our lives. We can get rid of that. And anxiety is just a weird thing because anxiety can be defined as worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet. Okay, how many of us do that? We worry about something that hasn't even happened yet, and it just gets in there, right? Stuff that we don't need in our lives. So as we were throwing things away, it reminded me that we have a lot of stuff in our lives that we can just throw away, right? We don't need it. Let's just get rid of it in our lives. And this is going to be something different for each and every one of us here. I know it is. But you know what it is. You know what that baggage is. And I think maybe today's the day that we take that baggage and we take it out to the curb for the trash folks to just pick up, right? And do this with the help of God. Ask God to help you discern that if you're not sure what that is. And then really talk to God and say, God, can you help me get rid of this stuff? And just lay it out, leave it at God's footstep, and God will pick that up and He'll take care of all of that stuff, right? Like I said, in our garage, we have a lot of room. We can move around. It's a lot easier. It just looks really great. And I think we can do the same thing in our lives when we get rid of all that baggage. We find that we have room for other things, for good things, for positive things, for joyful things, for compassionate things, and for loving things, right? Let's get rid of that stuff and make room for the good stuff in life. This life is amazing. We've given it an amazing opportunity to live a life with each other and for one another as well. So let's get rid of that baggage and start using that space for the good things and the good gifts that God gives to us so we can continue reaching out to be with our brothers and our sisters and to share the love and compassion that Jesus shares with us. I mean, this is going to change your life. You get rid of that baggage, focus on the good stuff. You can have so much room in that mental garage of yours, you're not going to know what to do with it. All right, you guys take care. Have a great and amazing day, and make sure to take the trash out to the curb today. And we'll talk to you soon.